All right, brilliant students. Welcome to Exam KP. My name is Ochuku, your Exam KP mathematics teacher. Today, we're diving into what is, without a doubt, one of the most important topics in your entire mathematics syllabus: number and numeration. Seriously, this is where your journey to acing those exams really begins. Okay, let's kick things off with a number range that should really make you sit up and pay attention. 5 to 8. Now, what do you think that represents? It's not random, I promise you. It's actually the key to getting a massive head start. That's right. For WAEC and NECO, you're looking at 5 to 8 questions, and for JAM, at least 4 to 6, all from this single topic. Think about that. If you master this one area, you've already got a huge chunk of marks in the bag before you even touch anything else. So, here's our game plan to make sure you can nail every single one of those questions. First, we'll talk about why this is your critical starting point. Then, we'll break down the 4 core concepts you need. After that, we'll apply them to real past questions, and we'll wrap it all up with a solid game plan for exam day. First up, your exam start point. Let's get right into why this isn't just another chapter in your textbook. Nope, this is the absolute foundation for your entire maths prep. Getting this right from the get-go builds the confidence and the points you need to smash the whole exam. Okay, on to our second section, the 4 core concepts. It's time to arm you with the essential tools you are going to need to conquer any problem the examiners decide to throw at you. Let's think of this as building your personal mathematical toolkit. First tool in the box, number bases. You gotta know how to work with different number bases. And that means being able to convert numbers from one base to another, especially to and from our everyday base 10. And this image right here shows the method perfectly. To get any number back to our normal base 10, you just multiply each digit by its place value in powers of 2. So let's take that example, 1011 in base 2. You take the first digit, 1, and multiply it by 2 to the power of 3. Then the next one, 0 times 2 squared. Then 1 times 2 to the power of 1, and the last one times 2 to the power of 0. You add them all up, that's 8 plus 0 plus 2 plus 1, and boom, you get 11 in base 10. Simple, and it works every time. Alright, our second tool is all about the power of indices. You know, exponents. Mastering these is absolutely fundamental if you want to solve exponential equations quickly and without breaking a sweat. Now, I know this looks like just a list of rules, but what's so cool about this is that if you just memorize these few laws, you unlock the ability to solve problems that look incredibly complicated. When you multiply, you add the powers. When you divide, you subtract. These rules are your secret shortcuts. Next up, tool number 3, which helps you deal with those tricky irrational roots. We call them surds. Don't let the name scare you. It's just things like the square root of 2 or the square root of 3. Numbers that aren't perfect squares. The 2 skills you really need to nail down here are simplification and rationalization. Simplification is all about pulling out any perfect squares from under the root sign. And rationalization, well, that's just a fancy word for getting the surds out of the bottom of a fraction, which is something the exams love to ask. And for our final tool, we're adding the powerful concept of logarithms. Seriously, don't let the name intimidate you. They are just the inverse of indices. It's that simple. If you know 2 to the power of 3 is 8, then the log of 8 to base 2 is 3. See? Just indices backwards. And just like with indices, getting these formulas into your head is completely non-negotiable for exam day. The multiplication law, the division law, and the power law. Trust me, these are going to be your absolute best friends when you're solving logarithm problems. Okay, your toolkit is ready. So let's step onto the proving ground. It's time to see how these 4 concepts actually pop up in real past exams, from WAEC, JAM, and NECO. This is where the theory gets real. Okay, have a look at this. A classic question from a recent WAEC paper. Take a quick second. Which of those 4 tools we just talked about are you going to reach for to solve this one? If you said number bases, you are 100% correct. This is a textbook application of our very first tool. You can see in the solution, we just expand each digit using its place value in powers of 2. So you get 1 times 2 raised to the power of 5, plus 0 times 2 squared, then 1 times 2 raised to the power of 1, and the last one times 2 raised to the power of 0. You add them all up, that's 8 plus 0 plus 2 plus 1, and boom, you get 45 in base 10. Alright, now for a JAM question that's a little more clever. This one actually combines your knowledge of logarithms and your knowledge of indices. See how they connect the tools. It's a 2-for-1 deal. And this solution shows a brilliant strategy. First, you've got to break down that 80 into factors that use the number 2, because that's the log value they gave you. Well, 80 is just 8 times 10, and 8 is 2 cubed. So log 80 becomes log of 2 cubed times 10. Then you use that multiplication law, which turns it into an addition problem. Log of 2 cubed plus log of 10. Then you use the power law, and it becomes 3 times log of 2 plus log of 10. You just plug in the value they gave you, and since we're in base 10, log of 10 is just 1. It's like solving a little puzzle piece by piece until you get the answer. You've learned the concepts and you've seen them in action. That's awesome. So now, let's lock in your game plan to make sure you walk into that exam feeling confident and totally prepared. So here it is. The most crucial point is to have these 5 core skills absolutely logged in before you even think about walking into that exam hall. This is your final checklist. If you can do all 5 of these things without hesitation, you are in fantastic shape. And let's get even smarter. These are specific strategies for each exam that can save you precious time and grab you the maximum marks. For JAM, it's all about speed. But for WAEC and NECO, you've got to show your work clearly to get all the points. And look, if you remember nothing else from our little chat about logarithms, please remember this. When you have the log of something being multiplied, it turns into addition. That one little phrase is an absolute lifesaver in the middle of an exam. And there you have it. That's everything you need to build a rock-solid foundation in number and numeration. The toolkit is officially yours. The only thing left to do is practice. So the real question is, which one of those 9 practice questions are you going to tackle first to prove you've got this? Go get them. That's it for today. Great job following along. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more easy-to-understand lessons. And hey, want to practice more questions and get step-by-step solutions? Visit www.examkp.com right now and keep learning smarter.